Is Propertymark really worth £295 a year? Stephen McCarron, you are the boss man, the National Association of Estate Agent President. Talk to me.
Is it worth £295 a year? It's probably worth 3 or 4 times that
Okay.
for what you get out of it. But however, if you want to break it down, it's less than £6 a week.
Okay.
Propertymark has evolved so much in the last 18 months. And it was always a very informative organisation. And I'm talking pre me being president and pre me being involved as a regional executive. There was lots of information came out. And for guys that weren't multi-branch or weren't a corporate or whatever the case may be, that was their lifeblood, because that kept them on the straight and narrow. But there's so much happening in the property world. Everything's evolving. You need to be part of a professional organisation, not just because you can say, well, I've got, 5 letters after my name or whatever the case may be. It's so much more than that. That's the last thing it is. The first thing it is, it's the most informative tool that you will ever have in a estate agency.
But only 25% of estate agents and a third of letting agents are members.
I think
You're not doing a good job, are you?
Well, I think what is going to happen is we've talked about ROPA. And much as though we want it to come in and much as though we want to see action in it, it'll only go at the pace in which the government are prepared to push it, if indeed they do push it. But regulation is clearly needed in this industry. We have journalists, I think, are below us, but close to them. We're low down, and we ought not to be, because we do so much for our clients. We're social workers for them. We help them move home. We are much more than an estate agent.
But I don't need that. I don't need to be a member of Propertymark for that.
No, you don't need to be a member of Propertymark for that, and I accept that. But we are heading towards regulation. And you ask the reason why more people aren't members of Propertymark. Well, I will tell you why. Because there's lots of people who do not want to sit down and sit exams. And you must sit a level 3 or a level 4 to be a Propertymark member. Now, that's something in itself. You could argue, why be a member of Propertymark? Well, the alternative is, why not be a member of Propertymark? Because it costs less than £6 a week and gives you so much. And I could bang on all
go on
day.
then. Come on, give me a couple of minutes of what I get for my money.
Right, okay. So what about at least one webinar a week on something relevant, on something informative, and something educational? That's the first thing you're getting. You're getting regulation, which is the most important part in my view. Without regulation, we are just bandits. You must be regulated, and you must stand up to a code of ethics. And that's, in my mind, no matter what you do. And I'm sure there are lots of estate agents who aren't members of Propertymark, run their businesses in the correct way. But it's a brand. It's something it's the gold standard. It's a way of saying, I'm not regulating myself. I'm being regulated by a professional body. That means I'm responsible. That means I have to answer for something that I do wrong. And perhaps the worst thing that can happen is I'll be expelled from membership, or I'll receive a fine, or whatever the case may be.
Is it the responsibility of the Propertymark itself or the members to wave the flag about these advantages?
I mean, I think it's a bit of both, because you have to. But I'm a proud Propertymark member.
Okay.
So I'm going to bang on about Propertymark because I'm a proud member, and I want more. I think what we want is to educate the public more.
Okay.
It's all well and good educating our members, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's all well and good talking to non-members and trying to bring them into the fold, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the most important thing is educating the public, that they can see there's a standard, that they can see there's regulation.
Okay, but there's only so much Warwick can do at Arbon House. Surely it's the responsibility of the rank and file members to shout that they're members, and more importantly, what it means to their clients.
Well,
I don't see. Okay, I see the wonderful executives, 20 or 30 of them, and we're filming this in December 22 with your new logo or whatever it is. But the rank and file, why aren't they waving their flags? Why are there not more people coming to your regional meetings?
The regional meeting thing, I've often thought about, we've lots of members who work for other companies, and their bosses aren't giving them the time to come away because they want them at the coalface, they want them to work. And I think that's a simple answer to why we don't have as many people turning up. Yes, there's a cost as well. So if you're a young negotiator, I don't know, whatever young negotiator earns at the minute, 20 or £25,000, I'm not sure. That's a lot of money out of their budget and a day out of their life to go to a meeting. And I think that's what's wrong with this. And I think that's something that we are addressing as an organisation now.
Yeah, because if you don't mind me saying, some of the meetings I've been to have been glorified PropTech supplier sales forums.
But the PropTech's
Or estate agency suppliers.
Well, okay.
Where, don't get me wrong, I've been to others where it's actually been like half a day CPD training and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
But then there's been others where I've just basically been sold to.
Well, unfortunately, that is part of what it is. There are always going to be people there who are going to try and sell their wares. That's just part of it. The conference has nothing to do with selling PropTech. You've been at our national conference.
No, that's different.
Well, is it? But
I'm talking about the regional stuff.
Yeah,
the national
okay.
one, the national one's great. There's no selling there. It's pure give.
Yeah.
What I'm suggesting is, could we have more give at the regional stuff? So almost like if I'm in Kent, I can go to Ashford and I know I'm getting half a day's worth of amazing training, not an hour and a half of someone trying to sell me a new piece of software.
Well, I think everything evolves, and everything in that property market sphere is being looked at this minute in time. No one's sitting still. It would be wrong for anyone to say that we don't look at everything and reassess and reassess and reassess. And all we're looking to do is move forward. So you may have a valid point, and I'm not going to sit and argue with you. You may argue that, to go for a half day to a regional meeting hasn't the same value as going to a regional conference. But you may see some changes there in the future.
Oh, interesting. You've got your new logo or whatever it is. I'm sure time will tell on this one. By the time this video comes out, we might know. But 2023 is going to be an interesting time. I am a big advocate of Propertymark. I've made no bones about that. Other organisations are available. Okay, and they're just as good in a different way. But do check these guys out. Thank you very much for your time today, Stephen.
Thank you.